What if I told you that yes, you have been chosen for something greater than what you can even imagine? That you have a divine purpose, a calling, and a mission waiting for you to step into it? What if the power of the universe is guiding you right now, in ways you can't even see? Today, we dive into the mystery of the Chosen One, who they are and why you might be one. Now, before you dismiss this as something reserved for legendary figures, people with special powers, or famous leaders, let me ask you this: what if the Chosen One isn't a specific title, but a calling that's open to each and every one of us? What if, deep within, you are already being chosen, and all you have to do is recognize it? Let's break this down. There's more to this idea than you might think. More depth, more meaning, and more power than you could ever have imagined. So stay with me as we explore the incredible potential that lies within you. Introduction. The idea of the Chosen One has been passed down through centuries, from culture to culture, from religion to religion. It's a concept that speaks to the deep, primal belief that there is something greater out there, something divine, that chooses certain individuals to fulfill a grand mission. And it's often in the face of adversity that these individuals are called forth to rise. In many spiritual traditions, the Chosen One is selected by a higher power to carry out a divine mission. For instance, in Christianity, figures like Moses, David, and Jesus are all considered chosen ones, each one handpicked by God to lead, teach, and transform the world. In the Bible, Moses was called to lead the Israelites out of slavery. David was chosen to be king, and Jesus, the ultimate chosen one, brought the message of love and salvation to humanity. But the Chosen One is not confined to the pages of religious texts. It transcends culture, geography, and history. The idea appears in ancient stories of heroes and warriors, and even in modern tales of superheroes and leaders. This concept isn't just an ancient story. It's a universal truth that we still relate to today. It's about individuals called to rise above, go beyond the ordinary, and do something extraordinary. Yet, what if being the Chosen One doesn't require grand titles or flashy recognition? What if the Chosen One is simply someone who steps up, takes ownership of their purpose, and leads with love and conviction in whatever context they find themselves? The truth is, you might already be one, even if you don't recognize it yet. In every society, there are stories of individuals who rise to greatness. They are chosen not necessarily by birthright or wealth, but by their inner calling, their courage, and their willingness to face challenges. The Chosen One, in essence, embodies the idea that some individuals are meant for more than just a normal life. They are meant to shape history, inspire change, and leave a legacy. In many cultures, there's a deeply ingrained belief that certain individuals are selected to fulfill divine or prophetic purposes. For example, in Christianity, the story of Moses is one of the clearest examples of the Chosen One. Moses was a man who, despite being raised as an Egyptian prince, was called by God to lead his people, the Israelites, out of slavery. God spoke to Moses through the burning bush, telling him that he had been chosen for this sacred task. Similarly, in Hinduism, the concept of the avatar refers to divine beings sent to earth to restore balance and justice. These avatars are often the chosen ones who appear in times of crisis, bringing wisdom and compassion. Perhaps the most well-known avatar in Hinduism is Lord Krishna, who guided the warrior Arjuna on the battlefield, teaching him about duty, righteousness, and the nature of the self. Throughout history, many leaders, warriors, and spiritual guides have been viewed as chosen ones. Think about figures like Joan of Arc, who was a young peasant girl, but felt called by God to lead the French army against England. Or even more modern examples, such as Martin Luther King Jr., who, in the face of adversity and violence, stood up for justice and equality, leading a movement that changed the course of history. But what's crucial to understand here is that the Chosen One is not just a person with a divine mission. They are often ordinary individuals who rise to greatness through their actions, choices, and commitment to something larger than themselves. This concept is not reserved for the famous or the extraordinary. It's accessible to everyone. You, too, might be chosen, not for any special talent or power, but for the journey you are about to take and the impact you are about to make. So, how does one know if they are the chosen one? The truth is, the call to greatness is not always as loud or dramatic as you might imagine. It doesn't always come in a burning bush or a divine revelation. Often, it's a quiet voice that whispers within you, urging you to step into something greater. For some, the call is felt early on in life, perhaps as a deep desire to help others, make a difference, or pursue a cause that feels bigger than themselves. For others, it may not become clear until later in life, when a series of events or personal challenges push them to recognize that their life holds a deeper meaning. The call doesn't always sound like a thunderclap. It may come as a gentle nudge or an inner stirring. It could be a quiet feeling that there's more you're supposed to be doing, that your current life doesn't align with your full potential. Sometimes the call to greatness feels like an overwhelming urge to contribute in some way, whether through service, leadership, or simply standing up for what you believe in. But the key is, it's something that tugs at your soul, a knowing that you were meant for more than what you see around you. And it's not necessarily about achieving fame or recognition. Instead, it's about fulfilling your deeper purpose and stepping into the life you are meant to live. Think of it this way. You might have moments where you wonder why you're here. What's the point of it all? Why does everything seem so difficult at times? But these feelings, this internal questioning, might be the very seeds of your calling. The universe often calls us in mysterious ways, and it's up to us to recognize the signs and trust the path we are on. Embracing your purpose can be daunting, even terrifying. There is something about stepping into greatness that requires a level of vulnerability, courage, and self-awareness that many of us are afraid to confront. It's easier to live within the comfort zone, to avoid the unknown, to stay within the limits of what's familiar. But when you embrace your purpose, something changes within you. You start to see life differently. You realize that every challenge, every hardship, every loss was part of preparing you for something greater. The struggles you've endured, the pain you've felt, the moments of failure, they all serve a purpose. These experiences aren't setbacks. They are the tools that shape and refine you, preparing you for the calling that awaits. When you embrace your purpose, you begin to step out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a gradual process of growth, one small decision after another, that leads you to the life you were always meant to live. You might start by simply making a choice, to stand up for what you believe in, to serve others, or to follow a passion that fills you with energy and joy. And as you step further into your purpose, the world around you begins to shift. Opportunities that once seemed impossible start to appear. Doors open in ways you never thought possible. This is the universe affirming that you are on the right path. The more you align with your purpose, the more things start to fall into place. But it takes faith. Faith in yourself, in your calling, and in the greater plan that's unfolding in your life. How can you tell if you are the chosen one? Here are some signs to watch for that may indicate you are being called to something greater. 1. A deep sense of purpose. If you feel a deep inner knowing that you are meant to do something significant, this is often a sign that you are being called to something bigger. It's the sense that your life has a purpose that goes beyond just existing, beyond just surviving. This sense of purpose may not be fully clear to you yet, but you feel its pull. 2. A connection to something greater. You might feel connected to a higher power, whether it's God, the universe, or something else. This connection doesn't have to be religious in nature, but it's a feeling that you are part of something much larger than yourself, and that you are being guided toward your purpose. 3. Unshakable resilience. You've faced hardship, but no matter how many times life has knocked you down, you get back up. This resilience is a key trait of those who are chosen. They have the strength to persevere through difficulty and come out stronger on the other side. 4. Your struggles shape you. When you look back at the challenges in your life, you realize that they weren't just random or cruel. They were shaping you, molding you into the person you need to be in order to fulfill your purpose. Every trial, every loss, and every lesson has been part of your preparation for the journey ahead. 5. A desire to serve. A true chosen one doesn't pursue power or recognition. Instead, they feel an innate desire to serve others, to make the world a better place. This service might take many forms: helping people in your community, offering wisdom, or simply being a compassionate presence in the lives of others. Stepping into your power as the chosen one requires you to take action. Recognizing the call is one thing, but doing something about it is another. It's about stepping into your life with full ownership and commitment to the path ahead. Here are some practical steps to help you step into your power. 1. Trust yourself. The first step is to believe in yourself. Believe that you are worthy of the call and trust in your abilities. You have everything you need within you to fulfill your purpose. Don't wait for external validation. Trust your inner voice and follow it. 2. Take inspired action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The universe responds to action. Even if you don't know all the steps ahead, take the first step. The path will reveal itself as you go. Trust that as you move forward, more will be revealed. 3. Serve others. One of the most important aspects of being chosen is your ability to serve others. Look for ways to give back, whether it's through your work, your community, or your personal relationships. Your purpose is often linked to the way you help those around you. 4. Stay open to growth. The journey of being chosen is not linear. There will be setbacks, twists, and turns, but stay open to learning and growing. Every challenge is an opportunity to expand and become the person you were meant to be. The chosen one is not a title for the few. It is a calling for anyone who dares to step into their potential. You don't need to wait for the world to tell you that you're chosen. The calling has already begun, and all you need to do is listen, trust, and take action. Remember, greatness doesn't come from titles or fame. It comes from living with purpose and embracing the path laid before you. Trust yourself, serve others, and know that you are part of